Research about the lithium mines in Salar de Uyuni. About the mine. Bolivia's 3 lithium mines feed off of the Salar de Uyuni, which is the greatest salt deposit in the world, at about 4,050 square miles. The world is changing from fossil fuels to clean energy, and these mines contribute to that change. The lithium is mined by extracting salt brines found underneath the salt flats. After the lithium is processed, it gets shipped out for different uses. And this picture is a picture of the Salar de Uyuni. Some key factors when it comes to environmental sustainability is the large amounts of water needed to extract lithium from the salt brines. Scientists are looking for a way to recycle this water, but as of right now, there has been no progress. This extraction could also possibly harm local ecosystems, which is a big downside to these mines. Another potential harm is the wastewater. If it is not properly handled, it can pollute the environment. Lastly, the extraction of the lithium burns fossil fuels, which is counterintuitive as this mine seeks to produce more clean energy.
Bolivia's mine may help the economic development of Bolivia. However, the surrounding communities will not receive resources that actually help the community. Lithium mining can have negative economic impacts on local communities, specifically indigenous. The Salar de Uyuni area struggles economically due to the limited access to education, healthcare, and sustainable employment opportunities. Bolivia's economy vastly depends on the mining of lithium, as it allows for the creation of exporting the goods to earn money. The lithium will be created into rechargeable batteries, which can be used for electronic devices and vehicles. For years, the indigenous people have harvested common table salt from the Uyuni. However, the Bolivian government eventually took over the mines, taking away possible money-making opportunities for these indigenous communities. One small positive outlook on the lithium mines regarding the economic state of Bolivia is that it generates employment opportunities in mining, processing, and researching, contributing to the local and national economies. The impoverished community members can have their lives significantly improved through the Bolivian mines. However, due to the Bolivian government taking the money and using it for other purposes, there's only a slight chance that the conditions of the mines for the workers will actually improve. As a result of the money being taken control under the government, the question of where does the money go is presented. The answer to this will remain unknown. However, what is known is the fact that workers, specifically those who identify as indigenous, do not receive the correct amount of money for the labor that they are taking under within the mines.
We're going to be talking about the social impact. So, Potosi is a town right by the salt mine in Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia, with around 10,000 citizens. There's not many jobs offered by the companies and government that run the mine, and especially not ones that pay well, are offered to the citizens of the local area. So there are protests. There's been a lot of protests. The area is quite underdeveloped and impoverished, and government funding that goes to developing the mine could be used to develop the town. And making brine in order to extract lithium requires a lot of water. So basically, holes are drilled into the ground, and they pump water into these holes to extract all the lithium. And so these holes are so big and they need a lot of water. So the local community's water is very scarce due to the mines. Also, according to the US government, low mental health and higher rates of unhappiness are typically associated with being impoverished, which is an unfortunate thing, but it is likely true for many citizens of Potosi. So for SDG number 6, there clean water and sanitation, with a little graphic over here. 22 million pounds of water is used to make 1 ton of lithium. And the water used to create brine that is extracting all the lithium is mixed with the lithium, so it is not very easy to separate it to be used as drinking water. Also, the excess water, there's no excess water from mining lithium. Basically, all the water is all evaporated in the process. Bolivia is landlocked with no access to seawater, and it is a relatively dry area because of the lack of access to water. Little access to water means even less access to clean water, because the seawater could be used as water for the mines, and so locals could get access to clean water. There's also not much access to sanitation devices because it's in a lesser developed area.
The SDG I researched about was number 7, which was affordable and clean energy. This mine plays into that role by attempting to create more clean energy using lithium-ion batteries. Lithium-ion batteries are rechargeable and implemented in many devices already.
Number 8 refers to the goal of promoting economic growth and employment for all. In the Salar de Uyuni region, 80% of the inhabitants are living in poverty. Despite being an area popular with tourists all around the world, indigenous populations rarely earn the income from the tourism enterprises. The only source of income these people have is mining. However, this has proven not to be a reliable source of income. So, the lithium mine supports the goal through providing jobs to the workers within the lithium mine, allowing people who may not have any other option job-wise to get an income. However, the pay and the conditions for the employees within these mines do not create healthy and fair opportunities for the workers, especially those of the indigenous community. The workers will wake up at 4 a.m. and work until extremely late into the night, doing hardcore, hands-on manual labor. The workers are also never completely assured of the work that they're doing, as car manufacturing companies have been trying to receive some of the land for many, many years. A worker who has worked there for these many years states all it takes is for a couple of companies to come and we could be out of work, showing that there's no comfortability for these workers within the community. Number 13 refers to taking action to fight against climate change and its impacts. Mining has served as a negative impact on climate change throughout every community. Bolivia as a country already struggles with droughts. However, because Bolivia needs more water for the extraction for all their lithium, the water that is needed for lithium mining causes even more depletion of water. The mining operations of lithium cause a disruption of the soil structure, meaning that the vegetation growth within the environment will be negatively affected. This means that the goal of controlling climate change will be harmed as well because there will be less plants taking in the carbon dioxide, thus meaning that there will be more carbon dioxide in Earth's atmosphere, ultimately leading to ecosystems being harmed on Earth.
In relation to chemistry, lithium-ion batteries. So there's two main parts of the battery: the anode, which is positively charged, and the cathode, which is negatively charged. There's a separator that separates a lithium ion from one of its electrons, so it can have a valence set because it has 3 electrons and it wants to have 2 electrons for that valence set. But lithium also wants to be evenly charged, and losing an electron means that it's going to be positively charged. And so when it goes into the cathode, it is positively charged lithium ion. And through this, the electron will go to the this is the anode, this is the cathode. And so the electron will go from the cathode to the anode, and essentially what will happen is that the positively charged lithium wants to go over to the electron so it can become neutrally charged. And basically when they bond together, the battery is charged. So it goes over to the cathode, or to the anode, it has that electron, and it bonds together. That's when the battery is charged. But as the lithium ions go through the separator, that's when the energy, or the electrons, is produced. So that that's what the energy for the battery comes from. And the battery is charged when lithium ions are neutrally charged, and is not charged when lithium ions are positively charged, because it is not attached to the electron, and the energy is being used otherwise. Okay, thank you, bye!